Hi, good people. How are you doing today? This is Pastor Scott coming to you from Real Talk Studios. Just wanted to say hello to you and just to introduce to you a powerful young lady in our midst. And I'm going to let her go ahead and explain who she is next to us. What is your name?
Hi, everyone. My name is Bruzual. And you want to know more?
Khalilah Bruzual, where does that name come from? Who gave you that name?
Oh, funny enough, there's a story behind it. My father was studying Muhammad Ali at the time, and one of his wife's name was Khalilah, but she's also known as Belinda. And my last name comes from Venezuela.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Didn't know that, did you?
I didn't know that at all.
Got a little exotic.
So this is a mixed lady with a little Trini and
Yum.
Canadian and so on. But today we're having fun because we just closed out our Ontario Conference Youth Ministry Action Committee team meeting, and we thought we'd just kind of settle down and have a couple of interviews. And this is our first interview. And the reason why we're taking some time to have this conversation is because of the person who is sitting in this chair next to me, Khalilah Bruzual, who have asked to serve specifically in Compassion Ministry as one of the coordinators, as one of the ministries, within youth ministry. So, Khalilah, tell us a little bit about this particular ministry, the genesis of it, some information that you'd like for us to know, and how we can get young people involved in compassion services or compassion ministries.
So basically, about 2 or 3 years ago, when Pastor Udry was in the position, when we had our convention, our leadership convention, one of the topics at the time was about compassion. And we brought a pastor in that was talking to us about how one of the evangelistic initiatives that our youth and our young adults are doing nowadays is compassion. And what had happened was it actually came out of a disaster. There was, I can't remember all the details right now, but there was a specific youth or young adult summit that was supposed to be taking place in the States. And the States had dealt with a devastation and a natural disaster. And so the youth had decided that instead of having the summit, that they actually wanted to give into the community and help in the community and evangelize and to do some mission work. And so Compassion was born. And it's been growing over the years. Different countries, different cities, different churches, they all do it. Some call it evangelizing, some call it compassion, but it's considered like, the heart of what Christ wanted to do. He wanted to reach out to people and what their needs were. So last year, Pastor Udry had me on the camp meeting committee, and he asked me to kind of lead and oversee the Compassion Project for the conference. And I think that for our first year, we were very successful. We had about 4 or 5 different churches and regions that came out and led different initiatives. So we had the food bank. For those of you that came to camp meeting last year, you might have seen the big containers where we were collecting food, and we had churches that were specifically taking the food in, sorting it, and then we gave it not only to local Seventh-day Adventist food banks, but we also went out into the community and gave them some of that. We had prayer walks. We had the blood bank, where you weren't actually giving blood, but you were getting tested. You got tested, where we were getting tested, and then people
Universal.
Are you really? Yeah. And we were giving, people were signing up to make a date to go into a blood bank.
I believe it was the month later.
Yes, within a month later. And then we had things like the SMART initiative, where people were going out into the community and talking about what it meant to be health conscious. So the concept behind Compassion is to go out and give into the community in a manner that Christ calls us to do. Right. And so this year, as we're planning, we started to have conversations with regional, some of the regional youth associations, where we might do cookie grams, or we might do the food bank again, and we might do just handing out gifts to make people smile, because that's really what Christ wants to do. And so we're in the process of doing that. However, Compassion isn't just meant to be on the conference camp meeting level.
Right.
Compassion is meant to be within the local churches and within the regions. And we would like to invite people throughout Ontario that have a passion for giving to people and supporting people to come and be a part of our subcommittee on the conference level. And then we can do great things in supporting local churches or regional associations to figure out, you know, what nonprofit organizations they want to adopt or different ways that they can go out. Sometimes we limit it to it just being the nursing home or things like that, but there's ways of giving hugs in the mall. There's so many different ways that we as children of God can make somebody else smile and let them know that He loves them. And that's what compassion is about. So we're putting it out there for you guys.
Good. So the idea is to, this video is to invite you, if you know anyone who is interested in organizing for Compassion Ministries and would like to sit on the subcommittee that she will be chairing. She'll be co-chairing subcommittee on Compassion Ministries. And this is one of our ministries at Youth Ministries at Ontario Conference. We want you to sign up at an email that we'll post.
And the details.
You can also send us an email through our WhatsApp page. Not WhatsApp. You can send us an email through Facebook. Instagram. I believe those are the two.
Facebook,
even Twitter.
Yeah.
Even Twitter.
Yeah.
You can send us a message there and let us know if you're interested in being part of this subcommittee for Compassion. This is Khalilah Bruzual who will be leading it, and we're so thankful that you've accepted it and to be part of the greater body of Youth Ministries Committee. We're really happy for the work that you're about to do and for the work that you've done.
Thank you.
And I'm thankful that Pastor Udry recognized this talent in you, because this is something that I recognized in you when we were together at Kenisa Fellowship.
Yes.
And you haven't strayed from that at all.
So we just want to say, join the conference as we show the world some compassion. So hope to hear from you soon. Bye.
Thank you for listening. Real Talk Studios.